Yes, you are a bit. That was really, really beautiful. Now, still to come. Oh, yes, there's lots more. We still have another midnight to celebrate. That's in Mexico.
Another one?
And all the dawns over the UK, which is going to be wonderful. But first, we're going to go over to Sean for the latest news.
Good morning. The United States has joined the new millennium with millions celebrating on streets awash with traditional ticker tape. Here the partying continued well into the night, but police say there have been no serious problems, and fears that computers might crash during the switch to the new year have so far proved unfounded.
Times Square, New York, and the Americans spared no expense in welcoming the 21st century with all the razzmatazz and glitz of a multi-million-dollar movie. Five hours earlier, as Big Ben chimed in the new millennium, London's skyline exploded into life. Tons of fireworks creating a kaleidoscopic sensation witnessed by hundreds of thousands of revellers along the banks of the River Thames. And at the Dome in Greenwich, with the party well underway, the Queen linked arms with the Prime Minister for the more traditional sing-along. Celebrations for which the Archbishop of Canterbury reminded the nation of the spiritual significance with the simplest of prayers.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Around Britain, people were determined to make this a night to remember. Hogmanay swelled the noisy streets of Edinburgh. And in Cardiff, the Millennium Stadium rocked to the sound of the Manic Street Preachers. A musical theme in Northern Ireland too. But here the celebrations are also about a profound hope for peace in the new century. As the rest of the world shared in this once-in-a-lifetime experience, live television pictures were beamed to billions of homes. From Australia, where Sydney Harbour was engulfed in a spectacular fireworks display. In Paris, more than 1 million people crowded the Champs-Élysées to watch the Eiffel Tower turn into a dazzling rocket-like torch. But for the thousands who've been struggling home in London and elsewhere, it's been a night they'll never forget. John McIntyre, BBC News.
And Britain's first babies of the new millennium arrived just seconds after the dawn of the century. A mother in Birmingham and another in London both gave birth as Big Ben was still ringing in the new year.
Baby Tamira was born at the Royal Free Hospital in London before Big Ben had even stopped chiming. She was delivered on the 4th bong, that's about 15 seconds after midnight.
The radio was on, and then when I heard Big Ben, I looked at the time, and that's when I realized that it was actually 12, and I just couldn't believe it.
Around 2,000 babies are born each day in Britain. That's more than one a minute. But in the first minute of the millennium, the number of babies born was well above average.
There she is.
But in Birmingham Women's Hospital, another baby girl was born at almost exactly the same time. She's so young, she hasn't even got a name yet. She was born 3 weeks early.
It was quite a surprise, I have to say. It was quite a surprise. But I'm just delighted that she's here.
And this is the first millennium baby born in the town of Bethlehem, where it all began. A baby boy, he was born in the Holy Family Maternity Hospital. Daniel Sandford, BBC News.
Other news now, and Russia's new acting President Vladimir Putin has made a surprise visit to Chechnya to award medals to soldiers involved in the conflict there. He praised the troops for keeping the Russian Federation intact. Mr. Putin has taken over from Boris Yeltsin, who resigned yesterday. Elections are going to be held in March. And that's it for now. Let's go over to Isabel Lang for a weather update. We want to know what it's going to be like when dawn breaks.
sunshine. It's not going to be bad at all, actually. Much better than we had about 24 hours ago. The clouds started to push away now into France and Belgium. And so for many of us, really fine weather. There'll be some sunshine around. A little bit of drizzle to get rid of first thing in the southeast, but that won't take long. Many of us then some good weather. Rain coming to the northwest, mind you, particularly northwest Scotland. That'll then scoot away tonight. And our main problem tonight is actually going to be with some fog and icy patches. That'll be a problem for travellers. And in fact, just for the next couple of hours, that's also a little bit of a concern because it has turned chilly in many areas. Temperatures around 0-1 degree in the central and northern part of the UK. So do take it steady if you are travelling. A little bit of ice on some roads, a little bit of mist too. But the rain really the big story then through today across the north. That'll be gradually spinning its way in, accompanied by some quite strong winds as well. But once that scoots away, which it will do, then we'll be left with, well, a little ridge of high pressure. You can see how the ridge just sort of topples its way across the UK, so it'll be quite quiet really for a good part of central and southern Britain. The problem with high pressure is that when the winds drop out, you do tend to get quite cold weather by night, a little bit of ice again tonight, and it looks as though fog could well be a problem as well, rather extensive fog. So if you're travelling through tomorrow morning, that's something to bear in mind. But really for Sunday, it'll be pretty good, apart from the northwest, where more rain is going to roll in from the Atlantic. So quite a changeable picture. That's it for now.
Thanks very much, Isabel. Why don't you come and join us over here?
Oh, I'll put my clicker down.
Put your
Very
clicker
nice
down.
of you, Jamie.
If you press that clicker, do the maps change all the time?
Yes, they do. But you can pick the wrong clicker up. Sorry?
Really?
You can pick the wrong one up. Which has happened to me several times.
Really?
Yes,
Isabel,
they've got
come and
different
sit.
coloured ends, Gabby.
So
One's
tell
got
me
a
about
red
your
one,
clickers.
one's
Yes.
got a green one. And the green one takes you through your charts, and the red one takes you back to the beginning of your bulletin. And so sometimes on the 6 o'clock news, I don't think it happened with you, it was
No,
with
it didn't.
Fiona. But I ended up pressing the wrong clicker and my charts aren't working. And
Giving everybody the wrong weather.
You just sort of busk it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or grapple
Isabel,
around on the
excuse me.
floor.
I think that's
Isabel, what did you do on New Year's Eve? Because I know you joined us slightly late. Did
Yeah.
you manage to celebrate 12 o'clock?
I did. I woke up at about 11 last night.
Right.
And there are fireworks everywhere. I live on a top floor flat. And right round the flat, you could see fireworks. And you could actually see the fireworks from the Thames. And it was absolutely beautiful.
Very nice thing to wake up to.
It was lovely. It really was superb.
Now, I thought that the weather people were saying that it was going to be a bit drizzly. Was it very drizzly across Britain for much of...
The front weakened really, really quickly, and much clearer air came in behind. So there has been some rain and drizzle, and it's been a bit grim, and it's quite misty now, but it's clearing up, and for many of us, for New Year's Day, it's going to be a nice one.
Good, we can celebrate then. Well, I think we're going to be going to the midnight moment in Mexico.